everybody, one of Wiisdom here. It's about 4 in the morning. What do you mean it's not 4 in the morning? I just looked, it's 3:59. I was gonna release a video at 4 and I decided I'd hold off tri-tip until 4:30. I'm looking at a clock right now, it's 4:02 a.m. exactly. At least that's what the iPad says.
It's crunch time.
Oh, it's crunch time, of course. 4:02 a.m. is crunch time. If you didn't know, I do now have feedback. Ambush went live at, I think, 3 a.m., if I remember correctly. Dan came in, he commented, he said he actually likes the catchphrases at the beginning, and that's a good thing because I've kind of done them on every single video, with the exception of Mysticat, because his wasn't uploaded. So I threw in a Morty Maxwell reference. If you're curious about that, go check out that video. That said, we're, believe it or not, man, 7 videos last night, 6 videos tonight. This is full circle. I've unboxed all of the Wave 1 and Wave 2 Skylander Senseis that we have access to at this point in time. So Barbella is last, Earth Element, here we go. So what we've got here, of course, is Master Barbella. Her slogan, again, it's crunch time. She is an Earth Element Sentinel, which is similar to Hoodsickle that we've got back over there, and actually Ember as well. So we'll see how this goes down. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about her. I did these in the order of my appeal, plus factoring in a couple of occasions where people heavily requested something. No one requested Barbella. I had saved her for last, basically. These have been amazing figures. I don't know. We'll see what she looks like when she comes out. But again, $14.99 is the MSRP. This was sent out by the good folks at Skylanders Games, so big thanks to them. And historically, Earth Element is my favorite element. It has served me well throughout the years, and we'll see how that goes down. That said, right here, where I just cut the center point, there's going to be a tape dot, as I've decided to call them. You've got that on both sides. And then you've got the tab on the back side that you want to release. The packaging is amazing. One of the coolest things on the top side, you've got the artwork. This is super cool. If you're sitting there and you're thinking, man, his pool table looks awesome. Well, number one, I replaced the can light. But number two, and more importantly, aside from these lineup of Imaginators, I created a backdrop with the tops of these boxes. You can do the same thing. You can take pictures, you could cut it out, pin them on your wall, you could frame them. They do kind of have a nice glossy sheen. You can see it reflecting the light. These are impressive. Again, for me, since this was sent out, and I haven't been to a store, it can't go until Sunday when it comes out. I'm wondering what the displays are going to look like, personally, but if you're just watching these videos, I've had several people, wow, that looks amazing, that's so cool. A lot of packaging people on my channel because we go into the details on it. When you see these in person, you will be impressed, rest assured. So that said, let's go ahead and get Ms. Barbella out here and take a look at her, because I'm not sure. It's going to be hit or miss. I feel like everything we've looked at so far, you would really have to nitpick. Wolfgang's facial expression, maybe there's the Earth Element icons all through here. We've got that same sort of like pumpkin spice, Hemi orange hybrid color here for the Earth Element. But there's a couple of things you could gripe about, some paint missing here or there, Wolfgang's face, minute detail, Taekwon Crow's. Actually, the more I've looked at Taekwon Crow's beak, it's not terrible. I might have still gone with like a brighter, more vibrant yellow personally. Actually, while we're on that topic, if I bring Blathers over here, he's always watching me, particularly late at night, it's almost exactly the same color. This has a little bit more of a gloss to it, but anyway, none of that matters here. Let's go ahead and do this. C channel is the design. It's 245 we can work with. There's no stat card, no sticker sheet, no trading card, no battle cast card. I'd secretly kind of hoped for. Batteries died. Even though no one really cares about this stuff, the way they handle it is great. It is not taped. It is slid through the plastic. I love the little details like that. It's well thought out from the top to the bottom, from what you see to what you don't see. And that is a sign that people care about what they're doing. Now that she's out of there, she doesn't look I think that orange background wasn't doing her many favors. I'll go ahead and be quite honest. Let's see if we can replicate that a little bit. If I were to come in and put this back there, will it Yeah. Yeah, I think, and especially with like the white, the streaks, the sort of portal effect they're trying to do. We'll see what she looks like, but they've gone to this setup here, and what I like to do is break the canopy, the top 45s, and then what you need to do is identify the weak points and where she's anchored. So she's kind of anchored by the staff and the back forearm and elbow. This down here doesn't look to be too extensive, and then sort of down here, legs and hip area. So what we're going to do is grab the base and just start working the plastic. That just splits. It's happened several times. She actually came out a lot easier than I thought she was going to do. And now all we need to do is apply that same strategy to the base. And Barbella, our final review portion of the Wave 1 and Wave 2 launch day Imaginators Senseis, is officially unboxed. Let's go now. No, just kidding. So here she is. She looks way better out of the packaging. I think it was a combination of the orange and that white color scheme. You know what? I've got to check my hypothesis here. Yeah, that is not doing her any favors at all. I love this in and of itself. I'm a big fan of orange. I think it suits the earth element well. Just because brown would be kind of drab. But she looks so much better like this. She's kind of reminiscent to me of Head Rush, if any of you remember back to her. But she looks a lot better out of the packaging than she does in the packaging. Still, she may possibly be my least... You know, we haven't played anyone, but just in terms of initial aesthetic appeal, she might be last place right now. And that said, she could turn out to be a beast in the game. That's obviously what we'll hope for. And the more I see her out of the packaging, she's kind of growing on me. She's not going on me, but she is starting to grow on me already. So earth element base, you can kind of see there, sort of like a dirty copper they went with. We've got the Sentinel battle class icon. That's what that is. There's no elemental icon on the base per se, but it is located on the bottom. You can see the earth element mountains and the Activision nameplate. Right here, though, that's got the nice textured deal. These are uniform bases. They look different depending on the pose. Like she's got pretty much the entire real estate covered. Someone like Chopscotch, she's all off to one side with a giant axe on the other. Some of the characters are taller. Some have wider profiles with their weapons. Tri-Tip's mace, for example. But they are all the same size base. By going to a wider base, they were able to go vertically higher and farther out on the horizon, so it worked out very well. She's a fairly hefty character, not the heaviest I don't think, but definitely on that side of the scale, and it kind of looks like she should be, and it ties in well with her background story. So honestly, she looks like some chick that would be at a gym, and that ties in well. So it looks like she's using this as a staff, but if you will, imagine this is just a barbell, hence the name, if you haven't put that together, Barbella. But this is basically just picture, you know, if you got a weight set at home, your parents have one, you've seen one at the gym, your school has them in the weight room or something. You got the barbell, you got the plates on the side. Instead of plates, it's just boulders, because, hey, she's earth element. And this would be designed, you'd be curling it, right? You would have it, you know, situated. She's so strong, she can just whip that thing around like a dumbbell. That's what Barbella's doing. But I've got to say, I'm never a fan of gold, really. But it kind of suits her hair. Again, if you like tie it in with Gold's Gym, Barbella type of a thing, you can start putting together like a theme and a vibe for this lady. And I think it's flowing quite well. That said, I really actually like the, I guess we'd call them like boots or shin guard combinations here. I think it's a shin guard kind of going over the boot. But it's just sort of got like a stone pillar feel, almost akin to what we saw with Doomstone. And it's just sort of like a boulder-esque, rocky rubble type of vibe that suits the earth element. It's kind of a, it's not black, it's a little bit lighter, sort of like a charcoal black, not necessarily the slate gray like we've seen on some of the characters. But that is replicated on both feet. She's got gold trim on the shoes, which provides nice contrast. Also goes well with sort of like this Portal Master icon. Maybe that's like the icon of her gym or something. She's got the classic Sensei uniform on, which is just that textured shirt and the golden belt. You can see the stitching. She has got on her weightlifting shorts. Definitely. If you ever watch like the strong man, strong woman competitions on ESPN. Well, I don't even know if they still do that. They probably do. But like really late at night where they're like pulling trucks, they all wear those types of shorts. And that's kind of how I see her. The cuffs on the arm kind of mirror what she has here, the forearm pads, if you will. She does have some nice different shoulder pads that sort of got a wear and a tear look on them. It almost looks like a derpy smiley face if you stretch your imagination there. On the back side, she's got the same design that looks to be in a little better shape, not quite as worn. And the elephant in the room we haven't talked about, she's got like a translucent root beer for her body makeup. And I don't mean makeup like mascara and lipstick. I mean like makeup like composition makeup, right? So it did not look that great in the packaging. Out here it looks significantly better because you're losing that orange that kind of contrasted it so diversively, I guess we'll say. She's someone, again, the more I look at her, the more she grows on me, so that's good. But still, they've done a fantastic job with these characters, and I would have to put her aesthetically right now as probably my least favorite. And again, that's kind of why I saved her for the end of the unboxings. That said, you know, a lot of people back in throughout the history of Skylands, you see something, you're like, yeah, that doesn't look cool, and then you miss out on an epic Skylander when you upgrade them. Or you come in and you just play, you know, like the base upgrade, you're like, oh, this is horrible, and you miss out on what would be one of the most OP characters when you max them out down a certain path, etc. So I'm definitely going to give her her fair shake, and like I said, she is growing on me. It's not exactly the fact that she looks horrible as much as it is these what's on the pool table looks extremely amazing. And I mean, you got Mysticat, Chopscotch's detail, Crankcase, Hoodsickle, Aurora, one of the greatest figures I've ever seen. Starcast is amazing. But like I said, she is actually growing on me the more I look at her. We've kind of covered everything. It's going to be interesting. I don't think I know really anything about her gameplay wise, so it's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. Let me come over here. This is the portion you've been waiting for, where I awkwardly try to spin her around at unique angles for you while simultaneously reading her bio. So I think the bio will make you appreciate her, maybe develop a little fondness for her. Barbella was the best fitness trainer in all of Skylanders. Just that opening sentence, it kind of validates everything about her. The short hair, the short shorts, the bulky leg muscles. She's relatively chiseled in the arms. I mean, the fact that she's basically manhandling a barbell indicates that. Not only did she possess otherworldly strength, she was also a firm believer that a healthy diet and exercise led to true happiness. With such a positive message to spread, Barbella decided to open her own fitness center called Flex-A-Lot. That's also pretty accurate of the mindset of people that are super into fitness and weightlifting, where she hoped to instill good eating and workout habits with all of her patrons. But one day, the gelatinous villain known as the Gulper destroyed her gym. So even though the Gulper didn't make it as a Doom Raider, he's at least present in the bio here, and up to his evil ways. So if you're a big Gulper fan and you're like, man, it's so sad he's not here as a Sensei, apparently he's too much of a bad guy to have accepted Eon's plea bargain there. So he's somewhere in Cloudcracker prison, probably plotting his escape with people like Chef Pepper Jack. So good times await, I'm sure. And it took all of Barbella's strength to keep the gym Gulper destroyed from collapsing while everyone fled to safety. It was then that Barbella realized that bad guys were more hazardous to your health than anything else, including cake. So she began to train in the ways of the Sentinel, where she quickly became one of the greatest masters in the world. So when you view her, not just from an aesthetic eye only, but from, you know, the broad scope of the background story, how well she ties in with that, the aesthetics coupled with the story, it's pretty good. But again, just initial aesthetic impressions, you've just got a whole horde of amazement, and then you've kind of got, oh, that's kind of cool. And the whole horde of amazement to me is better than, oh, that's kind of cool. That's, again, how well they have done with these other figures, in my opinion. So if you're asking me to rank these, I'm not going to do that just yet, but initial impressions based solely on aesthetics, I could say that she would be last place. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I would keep her there. That said, I want to showcase this for you. This is the Earth Element bases. Again, same size, even though Golden Queen's kind of upright and much more silhouette than the bulky weightlifter here. Very, very cool that the bases are the same. So that's an Earth Element comparison for you. Then we've got the Smasher tri-tip here. Note the height difference and sort of the weight. He's got the mace way out here past the base. She's kind of within the borders of the base. But when we put them together, same size, same shape, everything is just uniform and it is cool. Now, in terms of her fellow Sentinels that we have access to right now, we have got Ember, the Fire Element Sentinel Sensei. Very cool pair here. Seems like they would get along well. And then we've got the Reformed Doom Raider, who may not have really been that bad of a guy all along. Hoodsickle, who also came over from the Undead element, too dark, but hey. Here these two are side by side, so 3 Sentinels here. We'll have to try and make our way with them, see which one we turn out to like the best. And like I said, we're going to have to introduce this character, preview her upgrade, see how she does in game. And the fact of the matter is, if we do an ultimate ranking of the Imaginator Senseis, I factor in everything. So if she may not perform that great on aesthetics, if she's super OP or she fits my playstyle, up she goes. But that said, when you really do kind of take it with an open eye and an open mind and you read her background story, you're familiar with it, she fits the mold perfectly. They did a great job with her. That said, this is Barbella. Again, Earth Element Sentinel. Her slogan, it's crunch time. Pretty excited to play as her, and I have to say that artwork up top is really, really nice. It gives you another like pose and perspective of her. Actually, that would have been a pretty sweet pose as well. Maybe it's a deal where they wanted to do that and just the scope of the barbell would have been too far out. I don't know. But we'll see how she plays out in the game. That said, we've done it. It's probably like 4:30 in the morning, but we have unboxed all of the Imaginators here just within 2 days of getting the review copy. And what does that mean? That means I just have a couple more to render. I've got Hoodsickle rendering now. And then I'm going to come in. We're going to be able to start playing this game a little bit, see how Barbella stacks up. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts. How does Barbella rank against the others? Again, I don't think it's just me with this thought, because I literally had no one request Barbella. Everyone else, if I had not unboxed them, I was getting people, hey, do this, do that, please do this person. Can you please do this person next? I never... If someone did it, it was marked as spam or filtered or something. There was never a, hey, can you do Barbella next? So I'm thinking it's kind of a consensus, but let's see. Let's just get her in the game and see how we feel after that. But that said, let me know. What do you think of her? I do think she looks way better outside and away from that orange backdrop with the white portal flare, if you will. But I'm excited to see how she plays. So for myself and Barbella, hopefully she's not too mad at me. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. You can follow me on Twitch and Twitter. Oneofwiisdom.com is my personal website. I should also point out I like the detail they did on the Earth Element boulder sides for the scales. You could imagine like a caveman or something, you know, sort of using a barbell like that. And for her, it's just Earth Element tie-in, of course. But nonetheless, SkylanderClub.com, I created it, I run it, I made it for people like yourself. Check it out and join. If you see something you like on there, I encourage you to sign up. If I haven't activated your account within a few days, just hit me up on Twitter, leave a comment. I'll get it taken care of for you. Oneofwiisdom.com, my personal website. Can't remember if I said that or not. And comment with hashtag Barbella. That will get you a bonus brick in the Wall of Wisdom. You can also become a Scholar of Wiisdom if you're curious about what all of that means. I encourage you to check out the description box down below, and it will explain it to you through video details. So take advantage of those bonus bricks. It's my way of thanking you for supporting the channel. And that's it for myself and Barbella. We will see you back here at the pool table for more Skylanders Imaginators unboxings.